Hey, hello everybody. I'm here with a Singer sewing machine. It is a straight stitch model. It's a fashion mate. Its model number is 239. It's a really good machine. It took me a while to get it fixed. It had a lot of issues. She said she couldn't get it to sew. She tried to keep the plate on. The plate was broken. Actually, this little piece here broke off. I don't know if you guys can see that little piece right there broke. That means it wouldn't even hook up. So I got her a actual new face plate completely, and I just unscrewed this one from the main face plate. And then I said it was easier not to mess around to switch them out. They look the same. Let's see what else. The little stick here had the there's a little gear inside there, and her gear was broken. It fell apart when I was pulling it out to see what's going on, because it wouldn't stay tight, and that gear holds that tightness in there. She had this little hook broke off of this right here. This here is the thing when you want to make a bobbin. You put your bobbin in here. You bring your you have your thread here. You put your bobbin here. So you put your thread and you come around this way and you circle around this little guy. Come back here. Put your bobbin in with the thread hooked into it, and then you click this over, and then you can unhook this with the little screw, and it disengages the sewing machine to fill your bobbin. You just have to sit and watch this one, and when it gets done, you can push it back over, okay, and then retighten your little screw to engage the clutch in your sewing machine. Let's see. This is your reverse right here. See, it says reverse. So you move it up. When you this is mostly just a straight stitch sewing machine, so all your stitchings are right here. This is your presser foot pressure. I know I'm in my dining room again. I'm sorry, you guys. I never did get my dang workroom fixed up, but we'll get there one of these days. Right now I got the pressure half mostly down because this cotton does not want to run through. So I thought, okay, fine. We adjusted this. When you want to thread the sewing machine, you want to make sure the foot is up so it opens up the chambers of your tension. So you come back here and you want to thread from here into this little screw thing right there, down in here, and I'll try to see if I can get you to see the symbols. Between the two little symbols, that's where you put your thread. You bring your thread up around, pull back, and pull this way so it hooks up into this little teeny wire lever, it's like an uptake. Then it goes into the uptake itself. That's what pulls it through. And then you go into this little screwy thing, and then that little screwy thing, and into the needle. Okay, and when you're ready to sew, you put this down. It causes this to tighten up like it's supposed to, and it's not supposed to wiggle very much. That means it's ready to be sewing. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, to turn it on, we turn it on with this little light switch. Then your light comes on. Okay. I'm going to find that presser foot. Oh yeah, it's just a simple, easy, it's called the easy presser foot. You know, one of those little ones that look like a half dome. And you want to go ahead and you pull it, go through. And it sews really nice now. Found out plastic ones don't work real good, plastic bobbins. These are the plastic bobbin right here. It made a little bit of a racket, and it was making it sound so horrible. And it's sewing really, really well compared to what it was. Sewing great at the bottom. This lady's going to have a lot of fun with her sewing machine because she's going to get it back, and this time it's going to be working instead of her going crazy and not working at all. This is a bottom feed, so it feeds from the bottom right there. I know everybody keeps telling me, you're not saying the proper wording, you know, but a lot of people, if you give them the proper wording, they're going to get lost and ask me more questions, so we just keep it as simple as possible so you guys learn how to use your sewing machine. And if you want to know the proper words, you can sit and read your book and learn all the proper words if you want to do that way. I actually know what you're talking about if you decide to talk to me with the proper words. But I just try to keep it really simple, especially when people are still learning how to sew or they forgot or whatever, and this kind of helps them out. So that's why I'm doing that for, making it simpler for the person that's learning. Okay, I'm going to get this needle down. There we go. So when you're traveling, this hub here, you don't want it to break. You want the needle down. That keeps the whole thing stationary so it won't move. Okay, a lot of people think you leave it up, you break the needle, or you break this hub thing here, and they're really hard to find the right size to make sure you can get these things changed out. Okay. since the light bulb is right here, it works pretty good. It's a little on the loose side, but you know, it gets old, but it's still in better condition than most. I usually put my sticker on this machine too, so it tells you when you got it serviced. I made her a nice little pin cushion that matches her little piece of material so she can see it will sew. I was having difficulties trying to sew Velcro right here. Dumb thing doesn't like Velcro. I never met a sewing machine that didn't like Velcro. This one does not want to sew Velcro. I don't know what its problem is, but it has a lot of parts have been replaced. This part here, which is the screwy thing, broke off. They do not put plastic ones in. They don't work really well. The gear broke out of the tension, and the pin was all rusted, so I just didn't even put the pin in there because I was going to try to clean the pin and try to find some just plain plastic things and try to repair all those things. But how can you do? You know, you're trying to find enough to fill it all up. Then the clip on her faceplate here. This is a needle plate and this is a face plate. Sometimes they just only have needle plates and no face plate, but this is a face plate, and that was broken, and I gave her the whole brand new plate. Let's see, she has got some thread in there and some dust bunnies that I found. Other than that, that's mostly it. I didn't put her needle back in. She had a wrong needle. She had one of those needles that run. See the colored ones like that? Those are actually the kind that run in a different machine. They're too long and slender, and they're hard. They don't fit in the machine really well, so I got to put that back with her baggie too. She went and I told her you need to get some universal, plain ones. I got her some universal plain ones. They're a little bit bigger and they fit better in that machine. My mom always said, "Remember, it takes universal." I know, hon. I know. But this is her booklet. It, tells you how to stick the needle in. The needle, the flat part is goes this way and it threads this direction. Some singers thread this direction, so it's really confusing. Sometimes they just thread from the front. It really makes you go crazy. But we had some issues with this machine. When you see spaghetti on the bottom, that means the top tension's messed up, okay? When you see skipping, right here, you see skipping, that means the bottom tension's messed up. So it means you need to fix something from the bottom. And then I found out the screw fell out. Well, that would do it. And I put the screw back in. As soon as I did, it sewed properly again. So we're back to running this machine beautifully. I was wondering, do you guys have a machine like this? Has it been handed down to you? Was it your grandparents, your great-grandmas, or maybe it was something that you found in a thrift shop? I would love to hear from you. I want to know what you like to sew or what you like to do with the sewing machine, because it really doesn't have zigzags, so it does a basic straight stitch sewing machine, but they can be pretty good. I put a size 14 in this machine, but you can run 18 from all the way down to 9 to 18 with these sewing machines. But other than that, it's a pretty good sewing machine for the type of machine it is. My mom had a more newer one. I can't remember the number on hers, but this is a little bit older version of one, but it's in better working order than it was when I first came here. And but she's picking it up tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is when she's coming to pick up her sewing machine. So I'm excited that she's going to come for her machine, and she's going to be so happy to have it back. Let's go ahead and turn that off because we don't need it on. So keep following, subscribing, sharing the videos, like the videos. Love to hear from you about the sewing machine you might have like it or something like it. Because, fashion, they have tons of fashion mates. They're all different kinds. So I'd love to hear from you if you have one. And have a blessed night. And talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.